Blessed day, guys, and peace be upon you this morning. So in this video, we're going to learn how to configure port security using Cisco packet tracer. Okay, so before we go further, I'll open our Google spreadsheet and let you know that today we are in number 16, right? All right. Okay, so before we go into the configuration part, it's very important that we learn or we understand what port security means, okay, so that we can start a configuration part. Okay, all right, so I'll open our notepad. As our culture, we read the guiding steps on the notepad. So the first step is always to draw the necessary topology, decorate and comment. The second step is to configure IP address to all the PCs. I've done all of that. You can see all of these computers are having specific IP addresses. You can see 1.5, etc. Okay, so I'll open this again. So step 3, identify ports to configure port security, the maximum number of devices per port, violation mode, and method of obtaining MAC address. So I've already done that. I've already given that comment also. So for these two devices, we want to have a port security with the violation mode of shutdown, MAC address to be obtained through sticky command, which means it's a dynamic or automatic method of obtaining MAC address. Okay, and we want each port to have only one device. Okay, all right. So when you go to the second category here, the port security will apply with the violation mode of restrict. Okay, then MAC address still remains sticky, but the maximum number of devices per port, we want them to be 2. So for example, this port here should only be able to obtain access or allow only 2 devices to connect to it. Okay, and finally on this, the last category here, the port security will have a violation mode of protect. Then the MAC address will be obtained through manual, okay, static. Then maximum number of devices per port will be 1. Okay, all right. So let's go to number 4. Okay, so configure first batch with port security violation mode of shutdown, 1 device per port, and method of obtaining MAC address to be sticky. Very simple, guys. So the first thing that you have to do, you have to identify these interfaces. So this is FA01 and this is FA02. So you just go to that switch, come to CLI, and you say enable config T and interface range, because there are 2 and you want to configure the same parameter to 2, FA0/2/1 to 2, and you hit enter. We just say switch port mode. The first thing you have to make these ports to be access ports. Switch port mode access. Okay, then enable switch port security on this interface. So just say switch port security, and you hit enter. Okay, and we've been told that this patch should only allow one device per port. 1 device per port. So you just say switch port port security maximum to be only 1 device per port. Okay, so FA01 will take only 1 device, FA02 will take only 1 device. Okay, and you hit enter. Okay, after that, the method of obtaining a MAC address should be sticky command. So just say switch port security MAC address. Okay, very simple. Switch port security MAC address to be sticky. Okay, and you hit enter. Then finally, the violation mode. Don't forget the violation mode. You just say switch port security port security to be we just say violation to be shut down. If I try to query the violation that are available here, you will see we have protect, restrict, and shutdown. But now we want to use shutdown, and you hit enter. Guys, very simple. Very simple. Let's exit. Right, so let's go. Number 5, configure second batch with the port security violation mode of restrict, 2 devices per port, and the method of obtaining MAC address to be sticky still. So the second batch here is this port, which is FA0/3 FA0/4. Very simple. So just go here and say interface range FA0/3 to 4. Oops. Range. Switch port mode access. Then switch port security. Then switch port security maximum number of devices to be 2 now, because here 2 devices per port. So each port will have 2 devices to connect to it. Okay, maximum to be only 2. Okay, maximum number of devices to be 2. Then switch port security. Then we say switch port security MAC address to be obtained through sticky command still. Okay, and you hit enter. Then finally switch port try to retrieve it up. Okay, switch port security violation to be restrict. You hit enter. We exit. Very simple. And when we go to the sixth step, configure third batch with port security violation mode of protect, 1 device per port, and method of obtaining MAC address to be manual. Okay, all right. So this is the third batch. It's only 1 device, so I didn't want to include a lot of devices here because it's a manual way. Manual way is normally consume a lot of time. So it's FA0/5 interface FA0/5. Okay, then make the switch to be access, make the port to be access port. Okay, then switch port security, you enable it first. Then you say switch port security maximum number of devices to be 1. Okay, then switch port security, we say method of obtaining MAC address to be, you see there are 2 methods, sticky or the manual way. You either use sticky or the manual way. So we are going to use the manual way. You just go to this PC here and you take the MAC address from there. How do you take the MAC address? Just come to config and where do you get the MAC address? Come to FA0 faster than it's 0. Okay, and here is the MAC address. Okay, I copy it. Then when I come to this switch, I just paste it there. See, and I hit enter. Exit. Oh, sorry, we've not given the violation mode. Just say switch port security violation to be protect. And hit enter. Exit. And if I can just say do show start first. Oh, do right. Then do show start. So you can see FA1 and FA2 port security, then MAC address sticky, maximum number of devices is 1 by default. So FA3 and FA4 you can see maximum number of devices are 2, and violation mode is restrict here. Method of obtaining is sticky. So here didn't show the violation mode because the violation mode of shutdown is by default, so it doesn't need to show it there because it's always by default. Then finally we had this, which was the manual configuration of MAC addresses. You can see this is a MAC address of this computer. Okay, all right. So another command that we can use here is just to end show port security. So show port security interfaces. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Interface arrow. Sorry. Let's just say do show port security. That. Okay. You will see that FA1 and FA2 they have shutdown. Okay, as violation mode. Okay, and you can see the maximum number of devices that can access this port is 1. Okay, but FA3 and FA4 the maximum number of devices that can access that port are 2, and the violation mode is restrict. Then finally FA5 protect and 1 device. Okay, all right. So we want to test the first thing that let's go to step 7. First test ping and bring hacker PC and plug it to any port configured to access only one device. The ports that are configured to access only one device are this port, this port, and this port. You can remember these two ports were configured to access two devices, so it will not bring a good results when we test, because the hacker PC will act as the second device. Okay, all right. So we will test with the ones that are accessing only one device. So we need to ping first, okay, so that this switch here can learn the MAC addresses of all of these computers. We need to ping first, okay. All right, because you can just say show MAC address table. You can see we only have one device, okay. All right, so we need to have all of these devices. So I'll just go to this PC here and try to ping 1 and 2. Good, that's all. So I've pinged all of this PC and they have replied. So this switch basically has known that, as identified that there are other devices that have tried to reach each other. Okay, so if I can just say show MAC address again, you can see all of the devices are now here. Okay, all right. So remember, this port was configured to access only one device, which is this one. Okay, so I'll try to modify. Let's say I'll go here and copy this IP address. Okay, I'll copy this IP address and I plug out that port here from that PC. Remember, it's still remaining a phase 05 on that side. Then I plug it in here. I will wait until this one turns green, then try to ping. Okay, so did I really configure IP address to this switch here? The computer. Or let me just do that IP address. Okay, good. So I want to try to ping any of these PCs here. Okay, so I'll try to ping even this computer. Okay, so ping .4 now. It will never ping. Why? Because it's blocked by default. Any other device apart from this one is blocked by default. Okay, all right. So thank you so much, guys.